Okay, so if you're like me and still doing your back-to-school shopping, one word, Kohl's. Right now, they have the best deals on the brands my kids love. I got my son Converse sneakers for $60, 25% off Vans tees for my daughter, and 25% off Nike gear for both of them. Oh, but the best part? I got an extra 20% off and Kohl's Cash, too. So I may just have to go back and get a little something for myself. Select styles. Vans, Converse, and Nike coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends August 29th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Welcome to Situational Awareness Tactics Podcast. This podcast provides the crucial art of understanding current elements in an environment to increase your safety and survival. Here's your host, forensic psychologist and consultant, Dr. Carlos.
Welcome back, folks. Authorities determined that the shooting that killed a 17-year-old returning home from a Houston Astros game with his father and brother earlier this week was an act of road rage. Now, this is a two-parter. What I mean by that is I have another podcast called Situational Awareness Tactics. If you're listening to it on this podcast, then I also have a podcast called Crime Watch Daily, where I report on crimes. Situational Awareness Tactics, obviously we talk about situational awareness. So just for you to know, if you only listen to one of those two, and you might be interested in the other, but I'm putting it on both podcasts because I thought it kind of applied. I've talked about this before. Be really careful with road rage in today's world. It's just not the same place. People seem to be more brazen and much less worried about consequences as they used to be. They're much more emotionally reactive, and this is a case. This happened a few days ago. David Castro died Wednesday after being shot in the head and spending time on life support. We're going to find out why in a minute. David was leaving an Astros game about 11 p.m. at night. Paul Castro, his father, was driving back home with his sons when they encountered a man in a white four-door Buick LaCrosse with a sunroof. Now, we don't know what happened here. It says the driver exchanged hand gestures with David's father as they were stuck in slow-moving traffic. So maybe he cut him off by accident, vice versa. Who knows what really happened? It never justifies this kind of behavior. Police allege the driver followed the Castro family for several miles on I-10 before shooting at their truck shortly after both vehicles exited the freeway. Paul Castro and David's brother were not injured during the shooting. Justin Brown, a detective, said the Buick's driver had been driving aggressively and swerving around vehicles when he got stuck in traffic. When the driver unsuccessfully tried to merge into the same lane as Castro's truck, he opened his door and yelled at Castro. Police actually even have a composite of him. You can find it at Houston Police on Twitter if you want to see what he looks like or if you live in the area. The vehicle had a temporary paper license plate on the back and no plate on the front. The vehicle's tires had distinctive rims with 7 holes, and the headlights had an unusual yellowish color. So this is a very noticeable color of a car, a very noticeable car. So this again shows the level of emotional reactivity of this individual. And what that means is they'll emotionally react instead of thinking about their decision. They don't. Their amygdala hijacks their prefrontal cortex, which is where we make our decisions, and this part automatically takes over and they respond physically and aggressively. Okay? So this individual has something going on. Wouldn't be surprised if he has priors, but who knows? That's why I'm putting out this information to see if anyone has seen anything. They have a picture of the car. They have a picture of a sketching of the individual. Paul Castro, who's the father, has worked over 26 years in education as a teacher in a funeral and said he has attended children's funerals before, and I remember feeling the pain of those losses as they buried their children. I thought I would be spared from that. The grieving father remembers his son as someone who was worried about global warming, the environment, and all sorts of things in life. For that reason, he also asked people to perform random acts of kindness in his son's memory. Again, we don't know what this individual is up to, the perpetrator that is. There's a $10,000 reward for information. The reason I combined it again is because I always tell people in situational awareness, well, a lot of times, you know what, it's better to just let it go. If somebody wants to get in the lane that badly, just let them in. Don't get into an altercation. Don't get into finger flipping. We saw the murder that happened of a 6-year-old a couple of months ago in California, where obviously I think she cut the person off or something like that, and the person came back and responded and shot him, shot the car from behind and killed him. The perpetrator was about 20-something years of age. The reason I asked to tell you the age is because that prefrontal cortex, a part of the brain that helps us control our impulses, helps us control our aggression, helps us to make decisions, to anticipate consequences, is not fully developed. And it could be compromised in a lot of different ways neurodevelopmentally because of different factors that I'm not going to get into for this podcast. But before the age of 25, it's not fully developed, so you tend to be more emotionally reactive unless you grew up in a proper environment to help develop those protective factors and help you make those quick decisions much better than being emotionally reactive. Got myself lost in thought there. But in this case, you have this individual, again, you can tell he was emotionally reactive, just shoots into a car with people because they can't get into a lane. So as far, at least as the story is concerned, and a car that's noticeable, so there's no anticipatory consequences. He has what we call low anticipatory function. He doesn't even anticipate what's going to happen to him or the consequences of his actions. I mean, he could be put away now for years, 25, 30 years. He's going to get caught. Somebody's going to see him. Somebody probably had the phone on, whatever it is. And it's amazing. So again, if situational awareness people, just let it go, man. Let it go. If you talk to Navy SEALs, Green Berets, by the way, I got a new podcast called Stories of Special Forces Operators. Stories of Special Forces Operators, which you might enjoy. All of them tell me the same thing. Just let it go. They're trained to kill. They're trained to be highly skilled individuals. Even when I've talked to instructors of Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever, they all tell me the same thing. If you can, just flee. But at least you know you have the ability to fight if you learn those styles. I personally prefer Jiu-Jitsu or Krav Maga. Those are my two, or if you have a defense weapon. If you have to do it, then you do it. But if not, just walk away. Put the ego aside, walk away. Because you don't know who that individual is. If they're having a psychotic delusion, either because of their mental disorder or because of substance use. Most of the time it's polysubstance use, and most of these individuals are doing cocaine, alcohol, mixing them together, heroin, opiates, whatever it is. You have to be careful with that combination. And if they have priors, anything of that nature, criminal history, it's going to make them much more dangerous as well. So again, just let it go, folks. You can check out, again, the picture of the individual in the car at Houston Police on Twitter. You can probably find it as well. This is an article from NBCnews.com, so you can check it out there.
Cox can help make your home smarter and your life easier. Now you can use your Contour voice remote to connect to your home live cameras so you can view them right on your TV screen using simple voice commands. That makes it easy to keep tabs on what's happening around your home right from your couch. Need to keep an eye on the kids when they're playing outside? Just say, "Show me my backyard camera" into your Cox voice remote and watch them while you're in the house. And if you're waiting for a delivery and want to make sure it's there on time, no problem. Just say, "Show me driveway camera" to check on it with your Home Life HD cameras on the TV screen while you go about your day. When you live in a home powered by Cox Internet, you can stay connected to what matters and let Cox take care of the rest. To learn more about all the benefits of your connected home, visit cox.com/thisishome today.
You might have noticed a change in your neighborhood lately. Yep, Sprint stores are now T-Mobile stores. Now that Sprint is T-Mobile, you get more coverage, value, and benefits than ever before. We've invested billions to bring our 5G from big cities to small towns across America. And great coverage is just the start. From high-speed mobile hotspot data to weekly deals and giveaways, our customers get tons of great benefits. Head to your new T-Mobile store to learn more.
Qualifying service and capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain plan or features. See T-Mobile.com.